Alright, so we're going to write equations of circles in standard form. Standard form, again, is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where the center is h, k, and your radius is r. So we need an h, a k, and an r. So on this one, our center is 0, 8. That is your h and k, and your r is 1. So our equation is, we don't need that because it's 0. It is x squared plus y minus 8 squared, because remember we changed the signs of them, and 1 squared is 1. Write the equation in standard form. Our center is -5, -4, and our radius is 4. So our equation is x plus 5 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 16, because we square the 4. Write the equation in standard form for the circle with the center and radius. So they give us everything. This is our h, this is our k, and this is our r. So it would be x plus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared. And on this one, I'll do it kind of slower than the other ones. We're going to square that, right? And if you put that in the calculator, make sure that you put this 2 square root of 6 inside parentheses, because that is doing this, because we're squaring it, and 2 times 2 is 4, and the square root of 6 times the square root of 6 is the square root of 36, which is 6, so it's 24. Write the equation in standard form for the circle that has a diameter with endpoints. Okay, so what this is saying is, and I'll give you a visual, -14 is right here, and 0, -6 is right here. So our circle, that's the endpoint, so our circle is going to look something like that. So our center is going to be right between them. And if you don't know this, the middle between -6 and -14, we can do the midpoint to find the center. And midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. And so it'd be 0 plus 0 over 2. Nope. And then -6 plus -14 over 2, which is 0. 20 over 2, -10. So this right here is 0, -10. And that is our h and our k. The distance, or the radius, is the distance from the center to one of the endpoints. And so on this, our radius would be 4. 4. So it'd be x squared plus y plus 10 squared equals 4 squared, which is 16. Write the equation in standard form for the circle with the center. So this is our h and this is our k, passing through this point. Right, so if we have 0, 6 here, and that is our center, and it passes through 0, 10 and a half, because that's what 21 over 2 is. So if this is the center, then it's going to look something like that, which, you know, that's our h and k, so all we need is our r. And our r is the distance between 6 and 10 and a half, which would be 4.5, because I just subtracted the 6 and the 21 over 2. So it would be x squared plus y minus 6 squared equals r squared, which is 4.5 squared. Let me grab a calculator on that one. $20.25. Okay, so on these we're going to have to complete the square, which is what we did on P4, but I really didn't say that we were completing the square. So we need to find that extra number. And remember, we want our x's, everything that has x's and y's on one side, and anything that does not have an x or y on the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to move that negative x squared over to the left. I'm going to move the 12x along with it and group them together. That y squared does not have an extra y to go with it, so we are okay there. And then that 16 on the left-hand side, we're going to move to the right-hand side. And since I have a black line on the left, I'm going to put a black line on the right. And this is when we are going to complete the square. So that's when we do the x, and we take half of 12 and put it down here and get 6, and then we square the 6 and get 36. If I put it on one line, then we're going to put it on the other line. And 36 minus 16 is 20, and that is the equation in standard form. Let's do it again, get a little bit more practice. We have y, x, and x, and then the 38. So that negative x squared again is going to come to the left. I'm going to put that 12 with it, with the line. That y squared, now I do have another y with it, so we're going to do that, equals, and then the 38 is positive, so I'm going to make it negative on that side. So there's the black line and then the orange line. So we're going to complete the square of the x's. We're going to take half of negative 12 and get negative 6. And then we are going to square it and get 36. We're going to take half of that 8 and get 4 and square it and get 16. 52 minus 38, 14. There you go.